Ignore the hearts and minds of others and they will grow to hate you. I think that's another great law for business, Coercion creates a reaction that will eventually work against you. You don't want busy bees in your business and you treat them like crap and they're just there because they need a paycheck, but they really hate you and your business. Hello, beautifuls. My name is Giselle, co-host of the Strong Sunflowers podcast and founder of the Create app, an app specifically created for content creators. So if that is you, make sure that you follow us on Instagram. The app should be dropping in October, my birthday, but we should have a waiting list for you guys by August. And today we're going to be talking about the 48 laws of power and how to apply them into our lives. I'm super excited. If you haven't watched my other video, we started 1 through 24, and now today it's gonna be 25 to 48. So if that's something that you're interested in and you're all about personal growth, development, book reviews, learning about business, and just growing overall, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and let's dig right into it. Law number 25, recreate yourself. Do not accept the roles that society foists on you. Recreate yourself by forging a new identity. One that commands attention and never bores the audience. Be the master of your own image rather than letting others define it for you. Incorporate dramatic devices into your public gestures and actions. Your power will be enhanced and your character will be seen larger than life. When I see this rule, I think of people like Amy Winehouse, Beyonce, Rihanna, Robin Williams, Heath Ledger. They had these charismatic characters about them, or have, right? Because not all of them are passed away. But yes, when you step in a room, command the attention. Law 26, keep your hands clean. You must seem a paragon of civility and efficiency. Your hands are never soiled by mistakes and nasty deeds. Maintain such spotless appearance by using others as scapegoats and cat paws to disguise your involvement. I feel like this rule specifically also helps lead people into thinking that the 48 laws of power is all about manipulation and just playing the field and playing mind games on people. On the first part of the 48 laws of power that I did, 1 through 24, someone commented, her name is Life with Lives, and she said, wow, I know this is kind of how business works, but a lot of these were brutal and harsh. If that's what success and business and leadership is really about, I won't try for too much of it. Hard work and perseverance, ? Dog eat dog, backstabbing, intentionally creating enemies for the sake of having them, and manipulation. If I cap out and need things to get further, I'll just find contentment where I am. Best of luck in everything. Can't even imagine how challenging last week must have been. Girl, making these 30 videos in 30 days has been crazy wild. But I'm sticking to it. And for what you said, oh my gosh, specifically for that rule, right? Keep your hands clean and make sure you have an scapegoat. But you see these things in the big companies all the time, like someone messes up and guess what? The big manager's not gonna get fired. It's gonna be the little guy. So I just feel like it's important for the little guy to understand how the game is played so you can see if you're in these positions of where you are being put to be the scapegoat. Like for example, the company trying something new and you said, oh, I'll handle that task. You're the scapegoat. Just in case if it goes totally wrong, they can be like, oh yeah, so-and-so came up with the idea and he executed it. So we're gonna have to let you go. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. People have an overwhelming desire to believe in something. Become the focal point of such desire by offering them a cause, a new faith to follow. Keep your words vague but full of promises. Emphasis enthusiasm over rationality and clear thinking. Give your new disciples rituals to perform. Ask them to make sacrifices on your behalf. In the absence of organized religion and grand causes, your new belief system will bring you untold power. That's crazy. Right now, I've really been into watching non-MLM content and looking at companies like Mona and any MLM company. I remember my friend was trying to get me to do Amway and just any of them. And that's what they do. They tell you all these false promises. Less than 1% of the people in these MLMs companies are making money, but all you see are the successful people that are making hundreds and thousands of money selling these shampoo, right? And hair products and Herbalife and all these things. But the reality is that that's literally 1%. 1% of the people that are doing this as a business make actual money from it. And of course, I've been learning so much about MLMs and like the pyramid scheme and how it works. You want to get into it early because then you have people below you. The more people you have below you, the more money you make. That's how you make money. But if you have no people below you, you're not making any money. And most of the time you have to like buy a package to start your business, which is like $199, something like that. And that's how they get you. A lot of the money from the company comes from the people in the organization, not even from the customers. It's been a crazy deep dive, but I love watching the content. And my favorite girl is Hannah Alonso, and I watch her stuff all the time. I was actually watching a video before I started recording my own. But yeah, don't join an MLM if you learn anything from that. And don't create one either, okay? Don't be putting this law into effect. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. If you are unsure of a course of action, do not attempt it. Your doubts and hesitations will affect your execution. Timidity is dangerous. Better to enter with boldness. Any mistake you commit through audacity are easily corrected with more audacity. Everyone admires the bold, no one honors the timid. This law is exactly how I'm showing up. I'm so tired. Before I started filming this video, I think I yawned like 20 times. But can I do this? Hell yeah, I have the audacity to run my YouTube, edit my videos, film them, do this 30-day long content challenge while I'm still working my regular 9 to 5, while I'm creating my summer business, while creating an app for generational wealth, while dealing with just my life in general, getting my brother into school, drama with my family, working on my mental health. I know I gained 15 pounds. My cortisol levels have been higher than normal. I need a vacation. But baby, we're doing it. We have the audacity and the boldness to show up, even if I'm tired, even if I don't have the qualifications. I am a Black woman tech founder showing up in the space and making moves. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. The ending is everything. Plan all the way to it, taking into account all possible consequences, obstacles, and twists of fortunes that might reverse your handwork and give the glory to others. By planning till the end, you will not be overwhelmed by circumstances and you will know when to stop. Gently guide fortune and help determine the future by thinking far ahead. I think as a Scorpio, I do think far ahead, and this is what I'm doing right now with the Create app. I'm just thinking of all the options and all the things that might happen, and I just know that I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need you to just, support a girl like me instead of another billionaire. Support a girl that's struggling just like you, that comes for nothing just like you. So that's what I'm counting on for you guys to just support and to blow it up so big that the other people, when they come and try to take my idea or what I'm doing, for you guys to still stick with me and not go to the competitors. You and I are together like this. Don't play with me. Okay. Law number 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Your actions must seem natural and execute with ease. All the toil and practices that go into them, and also all the clever tricks, must be concealed. When you act effortlessly, as if you could not do much more. Avoid the temptation of revealing how hard you work. It only raises questions. Teach no one your tricks, or they will be used against you. Again, this is popping up again. Keep your mouth shut. I have a very hard time with this. Law 31. Control the opposition. Get others to play with the cards you deal. The best deceptions are the ones that seem to give the other person a choice. Your victim feels like they are in control, but are actually your puppets. Give people options that come out in your favor, whichever one they choose. Force them to make choices between the lessers of two evils, both of which serve your purpose. Put them on the horns of the dilemma. They are gored wherever they turn. This one's a dark one, but even reading that just reminded me of the elections right now. I feel like for the last couple of years, 4-8 years, we just been literally voting for the lesser of two evils. And I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen in this election as well. Law 32, play to people's fantasies. The truth is often avoided because it's ugly and unpleasant. Never appeal to truth and reality unless you are prepared for the anger that comes with disenchantment. Life is so harsh and distressing that people who can manufacture romance or conjure up fantasies like the desert, everyone flocks to them. There is great power in tapping into the fantasies of the masses. And I feel like even when we talked about Law 27, play on people's need to believe to create cult-like following, I feel like this also works with that. Like if we talk about all the MLMs and all these job opportunities, they really sell a dream of like freedom, work from home, make lots of money, no cap, like make all the money you want. But they're literally a freaking desert selling you these fantasies that you want to hear. And then a lot of people join. And then like we talked about, less than 99% of the people in the companies are not making any money. They're making literally like $100 a month. Law 33, discover each man's thumbscrew. Everyone has a weakness, a gap in the castle wall. The weakness is usually in insecurity, an uncontrollable emotion or need. It can also be a small secret pleasure. Either way, once found, it's a thumbscrew you can turn to your advantage. And I feel like this is for those people that wear like their emotions on their sleeves, like anything pisses you off. You need to learn to hide your buttons, because when people see where your buttons are, whether it's an insecurity, oh, you kind of look a little fat today, did you gain some weight, whatever it is, people can use that against you. But if you know these rules, I'm not saying that you have to act this way, but if you know the rules, then the people that are playing the game, they can't fool you. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. Ooh, I like this one. The way you carry yourself will often determine how you are treated. In the long run, appearing vulgar or common will make people disrespect you. For a king respects himself and inspires the same sentiment in others. By acting regally and confident of your power, you make yourself seem destined to wear a crown. 10 out of 10, baby. 10 out of 10. You I have always said, you are the CEO of your life. Stop showing up to these 9s to 5, acting like they run you. No, you are in control. You are the queen or king. You run the show. Stop giving up your power. It is so important that we do not give up our power and we wear our crown even if we feel like we are not worthy of it. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Never seem to be in a hurry. Hurrying betrays a lack of control over yourself and over time. Always seem patient, as if you know that everything will come to you eventually. Become a detective of the right moment. Sniff out the spirit of the times, the trends that will carry you to power. Learn to stand back when the time is not yet ripe, and to strike fiercely when it has reached its fruition. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. By acknowledging a petty problem, you give it existence and credibility. The more attention you pay to enemies, the stronger you make them. And a small mistake is often made worse and more visible when you try to fix it. It is sometimes best to leave it alone. If there is something you want but cannot have, show contempt for it. The less interest you reveal, the more superior you seem. And I feel like even with this law, when you go into the dealerships and you go into buying a car, you don't go in there and say, oh my gosh, I need a new car because mine broke and how am I gonna get to work and I can't make any money. You sound desperate. Again, first of all, you don't sound like you're carrying yourself like the king or queen that you are. And then you sound desperate, they're gonna definitely screw you. Law 37, create compelling spectacles. Striking imagery and grand symbolic gestures create the aura of power. Everyone responds to them. Stage spectacles for those around you. Then, full of arresting visuals and radiant symbols that heighten your presence. Dazzled by appearances, no one will notice what you're really up to. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. If you make a show of going against the times, flaunting your unconventional ideas and unorthodox ways, people will think that you're only wanting attention and that you look down upon them. They will find ways to punish you for making them feel inferior. It is far safer to blend in and nurture the common touch, Share your originality only with tolerant friends and those who are true to appreciate your uniqueness. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Anger and emotions are strategically counterproductive. You must always stay calm and objective. But if you can make your enemies angry while staying calm yourself, you can gain a decided advantage. Put your enemies off balance. Find the chink in their vanity through which you can rattle them and you hold the strings. That is so true. I feel like people even get more pissed. When you try to find my buttons and try to irritate me, I will come to you with a smile and just really devour you. Scorpio gang gang. Don't play with me. I'm not to be played with. But it just makes them even more mad because you're not reacting the way that they want you to react. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Woo! Say it louder for the people in the back. Before I even read this, I come from communist Cuba. I know what communism does. I don't want anything free. And I feel like me and my friends, sometimes we look at things differently because they're like, we want free schooling, free healthcare. I don't want any of that. I want to be able to make enough money so I can take care of myself. Because guess what? When things are given for free, they can also be taken away. I don't want nothing to be taken away because guess what? Everything I have, I earned and I got from my hard work. What is offered for free is dangerous. It usually involves either a trick or a hidden obligation. Cuba, you can't even leave the country. What has worth is worth paying for. By paying your own ways to stay clear of gratitude, guilt, and deceit, it is also often wise to pay the full price. There's no cutting corners with excellence. Be lavish with your money and keep it circulating. For generosity is a sign and a magnet of power. And I love that because I've been given much, I too must give. So being generous, not only with my time, but with my money. So, which is a great rule to have when it comes to business. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. What happens first always appears better and more original than what comes after. Which reminds me of the books that we were reading before becoming a millionaire, and the book is called 0 to 1. You always want to be the first because first of all, that's where you make the most profit as a business. But even like it says here, what happens first always appears better and more original than what comes after. Even with Disney movies, the first movie is always the best. The Little Mermaid's my favorite. If you succeed a great man or have a famous parent, you will have to accomplish double their achievements to outshine them. Do not get lost in their shadows or stuck in a past not of your own making. Establish your own name and identity by changing course. Slay the overbearing father, disparage his legacy, and gain power by shining in your own way. I love that. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and sheep will scatter. Trouble can often be traced to a single strong individual, the stirrer, the arrogant underlying, the poisoner of goodwill. If you allow such people room to operate, others will succumb to their influence. Do not wait for the troubles they cause to multiply. Do not try to negotiate with them. They are irredeemable. Neutralize their influence by isolating or banishing them. Strike at the source of the trouble and sheep will scatter. I think Law 42 is really good when you're hiring a business and when you have a team. If you have a bad apple, it will literally spread to the rest of the team. If you have a negative Nancy, same thing. You gotta strike it, let them go, baby. Let them go. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Coercion creates a reaction that will eventually work against you. You must seduce others into wanting to move in your direction. A person you have seduced becomes your loyal pawn. And the way to seduce others is to operate in their individual psychologies and weaknesses. Soften up the system by working on their emotions, playing on what they hold dear and what they fear. Ignore the hearts and minds of others and they will grow to hate you. I think that's another great law for business, you know. Coercion creates a reaction that will eventually work against you. You don't want busy bees in your business and you treat them like crap and they're just there because they need a paycheck, but they really hate you and your business. And from the other side, I can see that if I work in a company that I hate the owner, that I hate my job and they treat me like crap, I'm just here for a paycheck, I'm not gonna work as hard. And if there's any chance that I can wish on your downfall, I mean, I don't wish on anybody's downfall, but I'm definitely not like hyping you up. Like, no, you're doing trash work. And if anybody asks me, I'm gonna tell them, yeah, don't go eat there. Don't go there. They're trash. So yes, ignoring the hearts and minds of others, they will grow to hate you. So make sure that your employees are happy to work for you and that you're giving fair wages and a happy work environment. Law 44, disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. The mirror reflects reality, but it's also the perfect tool for deception. When you mirror your enemies doing exactly as they do, they cannot figure out your strategy. The mirror effect mocks and humiliates them, making them overreact. By holding up a mirror to their psyche, you seduce them with the illusion that you share their values. By holding up a mirror to their actions, you teach them a lesson. Few can resist the power of the mirror effect. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Everyone understands the need for change in the abstract, but on the day-to-day level, people are creatures of habit. Too much innovation is traumatic, and it will lead to revolt. If you are new to a position of power or an outsider trying to build a power base, make a show of respecting the old ways of doing things. If change is necessary, make it feel like a gentle improvement of the past. Law 46, never appear too perfect. Appearing better than others is always dangerous, but most dangerous of all is to appear to have no faults or weaknesses. Envy creates silent enemies. It is smart to occasionally display defects and admit to harmless vices in order to deflect envy and appear more human and approachable. Only gods and the dead can seem perfect with impunity. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aim for. In victory, learn when to stop. The moment of victory is often the moment of greatest peril. In the heart of victory, arrogance and overconfidence can push you to pass the goal you had aimed for. And by going too far, you make more enemies than you defeat. Do not allow success to go to your head. There's no substitute for strategy and careful planning. Set a goal, and when you reach it, stop. And I think these are some questions that I've been asking myself even before. I know this business is going to be big, but it's like, Giselle, what do you want to do? Do you want to be the CEO the whole time? Do you want to sell the company? Is that your end goal? What is your exit game? Do you want to even exit? Are you trying to run a company, or are you just trying to build one and sell it? So these are questions. So then when I get there, I know that that's my end goal, and that's success. That's victory. And last but not least, Law 48, assume formlessness. By taking a shape, by having a visible plan, you open yourself to attack. Instead of taking up a form for your enemy to grasp, keep yourself adaptable and on the move. Accept the fact that nothing is certain and no law is fixed. The best way to protect yourself is to be the fluid and formless as water. Never bet on stability and lasting order. The best way to protect yourself is to be as fluid and formless as water. Never bet on stability or lasting order. Everything changes. And those are the 48 laws of power. I can't wait to go deeper into this book and learn more about these laws. They're very intriguing, and some of them I know that I'm gonna need as I go into this new startup that I am creating with this app. I'm going against some really big tech companies, and I need all the help that I can get. I love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video right over here. Ciao.